All right, let's do some GA4 tagging. We're going to create some events, and it's going to go beyond just a regular GA4 implementation. The idea behind events is if something happens on your website, you want to be able to track it. Not only on paid ads, let's say, you want to be able to track it in everywhere. And that's the whole point of GA4. If somebody comes to your site from social, from video, from a blog, or some kind of referral, it doesn't matter. The idea is if they trigger an event, let's say they fill out a contact form or they do something of interest to you, you want to know where they came from and how many times they triggered this event. So here we are. This is Google Tag Manager. You can see I've got a Google tag. Oh, sorry, I've got a GA4 configuration tag. So here it is, G dash. And you can get this from your GA4 instance. Now to create a GA4 event, the idea would be to create GA4 events, right? So when we're going to go here to tags, click on new, and then let's call it on page appointment form. Okay. So I'm going to click on Google Analytics. I'm going to click on Google Analytics GA4 event. All right. I'm going to paste the GA4 configuration event. You know, a better way to do this though is to actually create a constant for, like, if we're going to keep on using the GA4 configuration, you know, you can just create a variable, make it a constant, because we're going to constantly use it, right? So we're going to hit save. So there it is there. Event name is going to be on submit. Trigger is going to be gravity form submit. So that takes care of that actually. So we have one conversion tracking tag for Google that is firing, so I can reuse this trigger. It's a gravity form. I've created a gravity form submit for it. And I'm going to just reuse the trigger like I said, and I'm going to pass a GA4 event, and I'm going to call it on page appointment form submit. Okay. All right. So there's, I'm going to do one for this one too. But first, since I made a constant, I'm going to put my constant here. All right, because there was a configuration tag here. They manually entered the GA4 ID. I'm going to add the constant. There it is. Hit save. Perfect. It can tell us whether it found it. Yeah, there it is. Oh, sorry. It was this one here. Okay, perfect. No, that's not it. What did I just do? Right here, on page appointment form. Call it event. That's why it's important to name your stuff right. GA4 event. That's good. Then I'll be able to identify it next time. Okay. I can actually copy this one. GA4 event. We're going to call this one conversation form. conversation form submit, conversation form, and this is going to fire on a different trigger. Perfect. I'm just reusing it because I've already had this from Google Ads conversion tracking. Now I just want to fire the event. Okay, on page appointment form. So it mirrors Google Ads, conversation form, and mirrors Google Ads. Perfect. I don't have access to GA4, but that's how the tagging is done. So now in GA4, you can create reports, and you can filter those reports by adding these various events. So you've got one event, and it's going to be called conversation-form-submit. That's this one here. Okay, and then the other event where you can add that to your reports is going to be called on-page-appointment-form-submit. They're using the same triggers that we're using for Google Ads conversion tracking. I think I've mentioned that before, but it's nice because now we can create these GA4 events and track these two forms agnostic of Google Ads. So basically, however they're triggered, we can see that in GA4 now. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions.